Uh, hey guys, it's Elizabeth and Carolyn. And Carolyn's Wi-Fi is a bit funk.
I think I can never escape from the bad Wi-Fi, but maybe this is actually tied to my updates for the week or the past 2 weeks. Several updates are in order. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my camera for now because I think that's what's causing my latency issues partially. So you'll just have to go without my beautiful, beautiful drink and my beautiful, beautiful video. But several updates. One, I'm now in a new location. I'm working out of Brooklyn now, have since come from DC to New York City and experiencing a different form of life on the East Coast again. And I actually had spent the weekend in Chicago. And while I was in Chicago, guess what I learned?
Hmm. Do I really have to
You're like,
guess?
guess. Oh no. Well, what could you? No, actually, I don't think you'll get it. But
Oh.
basically, I was there because I'm on a youth council and we summit every single year. And someone, okay, sometimes I forget that, like, because we're older now, we low-key are unk to some people, but some people were like LinkedIn stalking me and they'd found out about the podcast somehow. So we actually have fans, Elizabeth. The
No!
views and the listens are not just us, apparently.
Oh, I
I
can't
know.
do that.
I know.
Wait, because we don't talk about
I
anything
know.
substantial on this channel. Hello?
Not not one bit. And, okay, so they were listening to the first couple of episodes, and in my opinion, we actually attempted, we made attempts at rational and intellectual conversation once upon a time. But then ever since, honestly, I would say post-housing crisis, our conversations have simply not been the same. And now we're going to be put through another tumultuous round of what on earth is happening with our housing. But I think the strategy is to go Mirrorly's because at my current company, I work with another girl who was in Mirrorly's last year and she loved it. Oh,
Ooh.
and both of my companies actually.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
so WWF.
where are
Huh?
you at the moment?
Right now I'm working out of New Lab. They're based in Brooklyn, so that's why I made the like little pivot. But so the girl I work with right now, she's a rising junior and she really recommended Mirrorly's. She was like the strategy honestly would be to both put yourselves into like the two-room triples and then ask people to move around. And at the very least, people who are already in the two-room triples are not actually like how do you say this? They're not actually going to make you go into the double because chances are they want to be together. So you'll likely get the single, even if worst case scenario you don't end up together. But we probably will if we ask nicely enough. And it'll be on the same floor together, and you also get a kitchen and it's apartment and it's a bathroom, and you get off the freaking meal plan, which I'm kind of excited about now that I actually know how to cook for myself post summer. So this is
Wow.
the plan, I think. The move is yearly. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I would love that. Like that is, in my opinion, the ideal scenario. I was a Mirrorly's fan, I'm not gonna lie. Because
Okay.
I don't subscribe to the meal plan. Neither of us are like feasting. Well, okay, you're kind of feasting on brining, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not essential.
Not essential, not essential. And I can always get people to sneak me in, worst case scenario. Or I charm my way into those kitchens because brining, I feel like they'll take pity on me. You know what I mean? I'll be like, I was shafted into Mirrorly's
Mhm.
against my will. And then they'll just take pity, hopefully. But that's the plan right now, I think. Worst comes to worst. My friend also says that she has a two-room double in Norcliffe. Um, and so she's been also considering reassignment to get into Mirrorly's. So if anything happens on that end, I'll let you know. So we might have a two-room double in Norcliffe, honestly.
Alrighty. Towards
Yeah.
like substantial convos, I don't know if I can't tell if it's necessarily Zoom, but it's really hard for us to like set aside time. Like right now, Carolyn and I are calling over my lunch break. Like this doesn't like scream like great time to open up about ourselves. So I'm gonna blame it on our circumstances and not
Okay.
ourselves. Okay?
Yeah, no, truly. And it's harder when you're online too, especially with my latency issues. I'll start saying something and then I'll realize that Elizabeth is currently also in the midst of saying something. And I'm like, shoot, let me shut my big fat mouth up and wait for her to finish speaking. And then there are some weird gaps. And then by then, the flow of conversation is just not the same thing. So, you know what? Like, and honestly, I feel like because we don't see each other on the daily, well, not that we did at school, but I feel like because we were closer to each other, it was easier to catch up spontaneously. But because we're so far away from each other, I feel like the majority of our conversations actually become conversations about simply catching up about our weeks. And because each time we're meeting, it's also quite, I wouldn't say rushed, but there's a sense of urgency to it. that is usually just imposed by the fact that we have such limited time to organize these calls, as you were saying. It feels like, again, we're better off served by simply filling each other in on our lives as opposed to pushing productive conversation forward.
Hmm. I
That
agree.
said, we can do like a quick, I can go for pretty long. We can do like a quick, I don't know, like 5, 10 minute catch up. And then after that, we can totally open up the floor for some questions. I haven't dug into the beautiful, beautiful mystery pot of questions Darrow had sent us, but I'm more than happy to.
Ooh, totally. Would you like to go with updates first, or would you like me to take it?
I feel like I actually have done the bulk of my updates. But basically was traveling this past weekend, am now in a new location. So I arrived in the city on Monday and I'll be staying at a new apartment basically every 2 days. So I am fully couch surfing, apartment, like, yeah, apartment scheming. But it's been fun because I can just see many different parts of New York. And I'm just carrying around a purse and a backpack, so it works for me. I don't know. Yeah.
That's an amazing summer. I feel like because you're youthful, like you can run that, you know?
It's true.
It's
And
like
you say that
it's
as if you're
campy. It's not like hobo.
That's true. That's true. But you also say that as if you're 50 years old. You're like, yeah, youthful and like sprightly. Oh, so much joy in your
Wait,
young
because
life.
totally I could tell my mom like my mom would like kill me if she heard I was doing it, but like I feel like
Yeah.
now is the time to do something like that.
This is true. This is very, very true.
Embrace your broke persona of like a
Oh
college student, you know?
my God. And I feel like I haven't actually embraced that on Stanford's campus because we are so well fed. But now that we maybe are not going to be as well fed, and I'm okay with Mirrorly's. I'm okay with Mirrorly's. Let's do Mirrorly's.
That's if we get it. Carolyn, you need to stop like you need to start saying this when we're actually like available, like we can actually sign up because I feel like there's a lot of hours left until our registration time and there were 4 rooms.
That was true. But they're all two-room triples. Like, and
Wait,
they're all
that's
two
how
people
most of the
each.
Maryland floor plans are.
Wait, but they're all occupied by two people each. And
Yeah,
people have as much intel as we do. Okay. So it might be okay. And
hopefully.
chances and Mirrorlees are transferring out, but like transferring into Mirrorlees. As far as everyone else is concerned, they're far and you have to be off plan.
Mm,
That's what we thought, like basically too, as well. But yeah.
yeah, desperation pushes us places, but that's okay. Anyway, updates on my
Yeah.
side. I'm like looking forward to things rather than currently going through too much. I'm leading a hackathon this weekend in Stanford and SF. So the past couple weeks, I've been
Nice.
working basically 7 days a week because I'll do my weekends too, which is a lot, but that's the price I have to pay.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm looking forward to being in Vancouver for about a week and a half. And I sweet talked my job into flying me out to Mexico in August. So, babes, we are going to Tulum.
Hello.
I know, I'm so
What
excited.
the fuck?
There's
Where,
a
where,
re-
where, where?
there's like a retreat for this like college program, and so I'll be traveling with people my age. And actually, I sent you a message about it, like um the scout program I was building out.
Yeah.
And so I brought in, do you know Malika?
Yes, from Lantana question.
Yeah, I set her
Yeah.
or I was like I've been in chats with her and so she's gonna be our Stanford rep. And so I already have a buddy going in and I'll just get to enjoy the sea and work, but enjoy the
No,
water.
no working. No working. Just enjoy the sea, chill the fuck out. Ah, nice. I think she'll be a good pick. I don't know. I don't know if she's into VC though. Well, I guess S these days, truly.
I think everyone is. And she's in bases, so I think it was pretty much up her alley.
It's not in basis.
Oh, then is she in aces? I don't know.
Maybe she isn't. She was not also not in ACES either. Malika Ali, right? Malala girl?
Yeah.
No, she was not in basis or ACES.
Oh, well, we didn't accept her off that point, so I guess it's okay. But she was interested in VC according to her word. And she actually is, so I'm quite happy. Um,
Nice.
what else? Toward Okay, so that's like basically it for trips. Although I may go to Belgium for a month, we'll see. That's my family hometown. Um, but
Nice.
I don't know. We'll see. Really taking advantage of that quarter summer where like the month of September is like completely available to us and flights are super cheap because most of the world has begun college. Cheat code for real.
It makes
Um,
a lot of sense.
totally. And what else? I think I'm just working these days. Although I really post this hackathon, I would really like to dedicate more time to my friends and my social circles because I feel like I've been kind of slacking and being like the worst flake.
Oh,
Like I'm not even being resolute in saying no. It's like I'm saying yes, but then a call comes up and then I cancel. And I'm usually the
no.
driver, so it's like bad. I'm like forcing someone else to take their car. It's been nasty.
Okay. Well, look on the bright side, at least you're making attempts to hang out with your friends. Like, I feel like because I'm so far, that's not even an option, but it's also got to the point where because I'm not close at all, I forget to call or text. And so I feel like I've lost touch with a lot of my Stanford friends because the other day my friend called me and she's like, Carolyn, how have you been? And I was like, shit, I like have not thought about this in so long. So at least just know that because of your proximity to other people, at least like you are thinking of them and they're thinking of you and your relationships are being strengthened in that respect.
Yeah. I'm glad that we have this standing call because I think it'd be really tough for us to set up like just strictly socialize like catch up calls.
Yeah. No, and I was telling someone else about this too earlier today, but I was saying like I feel like summer is a time when you really start to understand which of the friendships are actually super meaningful to you because again, when everyone's far, it's so much harder to be intentional. Or I guess it's a lot clearer in where it's clear for you to be intentional because a lot of our friendships in freshman year based off of proximity, like who's in your dorm, who lives across from you, who's in your classes versus over the summer, like people are really spread out across the place or like maybe they have a lot of convenient relationships still because they're living together, but if they're not, then you really, really have to like understand who you want to spend time with and who you maybe don't want to as much.
Definitely. And I think that I still have that proximity because I'm still in the Bay Area and I'm
You,
still,
oh yeah, 100%. You're like a car ride away, like, and you're
yeah.
the driver apparently. There you go.
Yeah, me having a car is low key like it's fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But anyway, so those were our updates. Do you have anything else you wanted to bring up, or shall we just jump into something exciting? Let me go dig up my text from Darrow.
Perfect. I think that pretty much set. Um, I think general question, I'd love to hear more about your work environment because I have coworkers that are currently like in different time zones,
The
but
hot
still
one,
like
right? The
in
German
their,
hot
yeah, wait, they're not like these are like my friends. Like they're not like the the partner people who are like, okay.
one.
Um, but towards them, like they're following me on my personal Insta account right now. And I don't think we've never met in person. So I'm really conflicted about where to put them on like the socializing status. Like it's very confusing. I'm getting mixed signals.
Well, it's very okay to have work friends. Well, I guess it's different if they're all remote, but one of my like I basically there's this girl who works with me at WWF on the nature finance team. Oh my God, I need to reconnect with her. I was texting her on Monday when I flew in, but I haven't reconvened with her since. Let me send her a quick message.
Yes,
But
yes.
basically, like if it were not for the internship, we never would have met because we're very like we've led very different paths. Like we work in the same sectoral focus, like obviously, but she is an MBA. She is fully like 22 or like 24. I don't really know. She has like lived so much life beyond me, but truly being together for the summer and being on the same team has made us like very, very close. And I don't know. I find it interesting because now that I'm far away, like I don't see her in the office every single day. Like, I can't just like swing by and go talk to her. So, like, I feel almost I don't want to impose on her because, but I also don't want to reach out to her only when I have work things to discuss because I feel like it's one of those friendships that you'll keep with you for a long time. But I also haven't pressure tested that yet because, again, I'm only like 2 days out of my job in DC. So I don't really know, like, will I think of her? Will she think of me? Like, I hope so. But yeah, so just conflicted on what I should do for next steps, which is. That sounds so corporate, but basically the TLDR is, and let me try to organize my thoughts in a way that makes sense based on what I've said so far. I became really good friends with her because of work, but I don't want our relationship to continue just because of work, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I would like transition slowly, but that's my point of action. Like I'd first ask to catch up over coffee and then like over a couple chats, like let it devolve into something more casual.
Yeah.
Um, but what's your point of action? What's your gut reaction?
Wait, I just sent her a text. I was like, "Hi, we should reconvene."
Wait, yeah, I think that's totally perfect. You're
Okay.
thinking of her.
Yeah, I am thinking of her. I just feel bad because sometimes she'll also respond and then I'm like busy doing something else and I just forget to respond. I feel like that's happened a lot and I still have to get back to my other friend who I texted the other day. Wait, I was really touched. He sent me an article about walking and he was like, keep on walking. And I was like, oh, thank you. So I need to get back to him. Um,
That's so sweet.
yeah. But I don't know. So summer for me it has been it's so much fun because there's always so much new stimulating stuff happening, but at the same time I don't want to lose the existing relationships I already have and I fear that I'm trading what's new and stimulating with what's constant and proven true. And I also need to get back to my other friend because I told her I'd send her photos and I totally dropped off of that. And now I feel really bad. But alas.
Do your best. That's what's important. But
True.
I can totally see kind of both sides of that coin.
Yeah. How do you feel? I'd actually be curious to hear how it is for you because proximity again was for some reason a major and defining factor of a lot of the relationships I observed and experienced on campus this year. Some of my closest friends were actually ones where I had to travel to see them. And for me, that was like a test of like, oh yeah, like I really value your friendship. And some others are the ones where I know I don't have to speak to them for a week, but I can pick everything up and everything will be as it once was. And maybe, at the heart of it, I'm just not a super like communicative person in the sense that I won't text constantly, but like just know that I'm thinking of you from time to time. That your friendship means a lot to me. Like when we're together again, like I know it'll be as it once always was. But I don't know if like that's a commonly understood thing. So yeah.
Well, I think we would both be labeled as a low maintenance friend type person.
Mhm.
Um, and that's just the type of friendships that you seek and how your relationship should move forward as should you communicate it. Um, Towards me, I feel somewhat similar because I'm also balancing between two worlds, sorry. But I would consider like quote unquote the new and stimulating to be my college Stanford friends who for the first time ever are spending, the summer essentially in my hometown. I have two friends staying at my house with me. And
Wait,
because
there's someone at your house?
yeah, so we have like a cottage slash like ADU in the
Okay.
back.
Are
And
they subleasing it?
are they what?
Are they subleasing it?
I don't know what sub wait, this is like our place. So we're just like letting them stay. I don't know if that means subleasing.
Wait,
Um,
there's housing. That's kind of beautiful.
it's amazing to have them in the back. Like we share dinners and such. Um,
Oh.
and then since we're now three, that kind of is incentive for our friend group to come even up north to see us and we'll have dinner together. And so I think it's been so novel, kind of just showing the mundane parts of my little suburb to
Oh.
these girls who've, I don't know, never really lived outside of Palo Alto, which is its own bubble. And so that's been amazing. But then I also have my hometown friends, just the
Mm.
girls that I've gone through high school with. And it's been interesting to see how we've all grown. I think my one-off friends have been great to catch up with, but I can definitely see that my group's dynamic has been interesting. I just don't think it feeds into me as it once did because we're all just taking our own separate paths. And it's hard for me to I always hate that I don't really know the difference between sympathize and empathize, but it's difficult for me to sometimes empathize with all of my friends' troubles in college because our experiences are just so drastically different. And I think we're having different perspectives on like what priorities are like important.
No, that also makes sense. That also makes sense. But I definitely understand what you mean of like you've lived somewhere your whole life and you've kind of taken it for granted and it'll take a newcomer for you to understand, like the world. It's kind of like when you have a child. Okay, I haven't, mind you, I've never had a child, but
Yeah. Let
like
the
when,
master talk.
yeah, but you experience a whole world all over again. And I think that is kind of beautiful. And so I definitely understand that it must be like a really special experience for you to share like something that you've cherished for a really long time in your personal life with people that you also really care about. Speaking of which, when am I getting this freaking Millbrae tour, bro? Um,
Yes, pull up. Wait, come to Stanford a couple days, like come to the Bay Area a couple days early and come to my house.
Oh, I fear that I am. Oh my God, another one of my updates. The India internship people are mad at me because I was telling them like I'm flying in later than you wanted me to, and I'm leaving earlier than you want me to because I need to go back to school. So I'm fully flying in like a day after school starts.
Oh, wait, that's all right. Oh, a day after school starts, even moving in might be tough for you, but I'm wishing you the best.
Mm, it's cooked. Well, you'll probably be there with me, hopefully. Oh my God, I'm actually scared for tomorrow.
Oh. 10
We're
a.m.
so close. We've been like, honestly, the angst has been continuing since May. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, wait, I just remembered. I'm gonna be on the freaking Cal train as we're
One.
moving.
Because it's
Oh,
10 PST, right?
yeah, 10:10. So
So
that'll
it's
be one.
10 PST. Oh, fuck. That's so horrible.
This is essential. Cancel all meetings, Carolyn.
So all meetings. What do I have meetings then? I do not have meetings at 1:10.
Thank goodness.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm so scared.
I am too.
But that's okay, because you know what? It is what it is. Worst comes to worst. We will at least understand that this is a resolution of a very long and arduous process, and we've survived it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so just as a side detail for tomorrow, we both need to sign on because if we're both taking singles, it'd be better if we both registered for ourselves. Because I don't know if I can, like, I know I can sign us up as a duo, but I don't know if I can sign us up as singles. Like,
Okay,
I
then
wouldn't do like two rooms, like one for me, one for you. If that makes sense, you know?
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll call 10 question mark or maybe 1 o'clock. We'll get on call at 1.
Yeah, 100%.
Let me send you a do you want it to your email?
That would be amazing. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So I'm sending it to your Gmail, not your Stanford email.
That's
Okay.
amazing because my calendar synced to my personal. I love you.
Okay, of course, you've got that. I'm just really scared. Also, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, I'm forgetting. My goodness. Oh yeah, did we want to pull up the questions from Darrow?
Yeah, let's do one question. Unless you have something spontaneous or like you have your own question you've thunk up for us today.
I kind of do.
Oh, amazing.
I
Take
really do. Okay. Oh wait, I don't know if I have your personal.
it. What? Let me put it in the chat.
I totally
You
should.
100% do, but I just don't know if we've ever like done much with it.
Yeah, maybe not. Because I have it on my location, but I don't want to go into Google Maps right now. I feel like that's doing too much.
I put it in the Zoom chat.
Lovely. Anyway, I was thinking about our year so far, and I'm someone who really likes. I'm a big picture thinker, and I like to map things out. Thematic maps have always been, it's a good way for me to compartmentalize my life and to understand like what I've been through and like what I've done. So I was thinking about the words that have defined my year because oftentimes my thematic maps relate towards that, then evoke their own images and or associations. And I was just thinking about what those words would be, and I think I've come up with two of them so far.
Hmm.
And those are intentionality and connective tissue. Or I guess connective tissue is a phrase, but was just curious to hear about if you think you've had any words. And then yeah, if so, oh, I have another update for you after this too about last night because that was last night was kind of crazy. But then after this, the floor is all yours.
Okay, wait. So, side note before I say anything, connective tissue, I'm gonna need some explanation on that. Like my dad works in medicine, and so I need a different association than like some muscles in my head. I'm gonna need a definition for why you've chosen this word. But
Okay.
then towards my words, I think intentionality does capture a bit even on my side. I think commitment for me or integrity is great. And I don't know if there's a word necessarily to capture a feeling I have, but I'll sit on it for now.
Okay. You squat on that, girl. I believe in you.
All right.
Okay.
But I'll let you go ahead first.
I'll give you time to think. Connective tissue, the origins of this actually stem from my 10th grade, no, 11th grade, sorry, AP Lang class. In class, we were instructed to not just write separate body paragraphs, but to make sure that our transitions between each of the body paragraphs provided connective tissue. So we would reference things we had previously said or some grand overarching thesis statement within each of the paragraphs or the beginnings of the paragraphs, and we would call that building connective tissue. And to me, now that really means how do you look at a big picture and find the underlying thread that runs through all of it? Life is such a disorganized mess and of chaotic, jumbly, beautiful things. And connective tissue for me is a way of being able to trace one thing back to the next. So it's less so a series of Russian dolls where you can go deeper into one thing, more so kind of like a chain of cranes, for instance, where you can say, okay, each of these cranes unfolds into its own piece of paper, sure. But this chain is something that, connects each of these cranes, as intricate as they are on their own, to each other as well. And the creation and I guess, I really wish there was a word to describe how you string something together, but maybe like the stringing of those creates something beautiful.
Mm.
Um, as for, oh, and then I also wanted to give a random update as well. I forgot about this in my general recap, but wait, so last night I went to this random like AI event and it was some like housewarming part. It wasn't a housewarming party. It was like a celebration of this random startup that apparently like raised some kind of round recently. Or I'm not even clear on what the purpose was. I think they're just opening up an office in New York City. But it was crazy because I walk in, first of all, it's 200 people crammed into this like restaurant. They closed down the entire restaurant for this one startup. Okay, so first of all, like that to me is kind of crazy, like how much money had to go into that. And then there was just unlimited food and wine. Okay.
Oh, I know you took advantage of that.
Wait, can I tell you, they didn't even card. They did not even card. Like, I don't know, like, who is letting a 19-year-old drink orange wine? I don't know. And espresso martinis, I don't know, but I was on that shit. And then one thing that I found super interesting was everyone there was like, they were looking old. They were old, okay? And if they weren't old, then they were hot as fuck, and I was very confused.
Oh,
But
what?
like, so New York City is a city that runs on Luma. I think quite similar to SF. Like
Yeah,
everything is
SF uses Luma for sure.
great. So you had to like get approved. And so I was trying to smuggle my friend in. First of all, I'd gotten the invite the day before, okay, and I'd gotten approved the day of. So I was like, okay, this should be like not that bad. But they started like rejecting people, but I managed to sneak my friend in anyway. But I was just thinking like, what is such a weird microcosm? And I was talking to other people there who were at the event, and the common question was, okay, so how did you find out about this event? And some of them had gotten personalized emails sent straight to their inboxes. And I was like, what on earth is happening? And I don't know, just like the scene is kind of crazy. But I met this woman who is like an influencer. And so she has this persona online, but her partner, her boyfriend, is also like the co-founder of this like mega startup that does like Linktree, but for like Asian media companies or something like that. And then she invited my friend to go film content per at the nut factory. So my friend fully went to the nut factory and got a shit ton of nuts, and now I have nuts to eat when I get back home, which is so
Oh
funny.
my God. Wait, this
Yeah,
is so fun.
yeah. So that was just my random update.
Wait, that is crazy. Okay, I've gone to one AI event and I low-key have one to go to tomorrow, but I'm thinking about fading.
Okay. How was
But
those? Were they good? Like free food, free drink, good company?
free
Oh, I
food,
low
free
if
drink.
I'm meant to start up or I don't know if I'm meant to that like network that much. Like I low-key was exhausted after yesterday.
Me too. I find that, well, maybe it was because it was like one of my first events, but I found that it was pretty transactional
Mm.
because everyone comes in with a specific mindset. Um, but we live and we persevere, I guess.
Truly we live and we persevere. Truly, truly, truly,
I'm
truly,
just
truly.
curious, like I feel like in tech it's much easier. Like there's so many designated tech events that
Mm.
I find it funny that this kind of behavior or expectation is not shared amongst different industries. Like I
Mm.
could never imagine like the bevy of events that tech has for biotech or finance or law even. There's just something about these careers that have higher entry, are more secretive than tech. And I'm like one I just kind of curious why such events aren't everywhere, if that makes sense. Because there are benefits to them.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know, but it's also a thing of like the people who know will know. And
That's
like I
true.
didn't realize until yesterday that I was not actually a person who knew. And like I just happened to know some people so that I could get invited to those things. But it was like a purely like, oh, I didn't know how locked out I was until I realized everyone else was like locked in low key.
But that's their sector. I think you aren't a founder in tech, so it's different. I felt somewhat similar, I think. But
Mhm.
I'm kind of all right with that because I have other commitments like 2027 recruiting.
Oh my God, I'm actually scared. I'm actually scared, girl.
I know I haven't started. I'm bad. I'm
I don't
sorry.
even have goals. I don't even know what a fucking DCF is. Just kind of cash flow, sure, but what is that? Like financial waterfalling? Like who is that? Who is she? I want to go to a real waterfall, like swim in the lake and like not have to worry about this ever.
I know. I'm back to saying I can do this over winter break. Like that like summer mentality about I can do it now is gone.
Oh my God, I actually hate my life. Wait, when do we start though? Because I feel like for us, because we're on the Stanford quarter system, for us it inherently starts later.
Uh, well, the networking aspect, yeah, like it'll start around everyone else, but the actual like interview process will begin in January and February.
But what about recruiting for 2027 summer?
So like, well, by recruiting, do you mean the networking referral part of the process?
That too, but also because right now we're talking about 2028 is the one that begins in January. But what about 2027?
2027 has similar timelines, I believe. Like you were sending me 2027 internships, but those were for juniors. And for sophomores, they'll still open in the fall, is what I'm understanding. But that's for like the main. I'm sure there's some outliers that are beginning now or beginning in the spring of next year. Like there's going to be later and earlier firms,
Okay,
but
'cause I'm getting a lot of handshake emails about Morgan Stanley, but in Hong Kong, and I was like, this does not apply to me. So I didn't forward you that, but if I see anything else, I'll definitely forward it to you because I don't want to navigate this by myself.
oh, perfect. Hong Kong is not calling you.
Do you want them? I can forward them to you if you want. I
Oh,
just
I'm
like
sorry. I'm just asking for you.
or I'm not going to Hong Kong just to do finance. Like that's kind of DTM.
I'm thinking about doing an international summer internship. Um, but I just don't know when I would do this in question.
You can always do it sophomore year. I've heard sophomore year is also kind of fuck ass, but I think those are also the people who like to gatekeep and were saying that because they felt like they were behind their sophomore year and ended up doing something random.
That's true. I mean, I don't think sophomore year is going to be that crazy because your junior year summer internship is decided upon like basically nothing because your sophomore year internship isn't even kind of confirmed by then.
Yeah, I know people who secure their junior year first and then their sophomore year, which is kind of crazy. It's
Yeah, I've heard the exact same.
so freaking insane. But alas, what will you do? But yeah.
Oh, anyway, towards your question, oh, words for the year.
Yes, yeah.
Wait, so are connective tissue and
Intentionality.
intentionality your two words? And
Oh,
would
and I
you say for the year, is that for the academic year or just, hey, we're 6 months into 2026?
honestly, I would say more for 2026 because in fall there was no intentionality. I was fully doing everything because it was an option.
Mm, that is true. I, hmm, I think I'd like to stick to commitment.
Okay,
Um,
I like that.
this year, well, I mean, actually, ever since high school, I've been on like crazy Google Calendar nut jobness.
Wait,
But
is your schedule in the summer? Because mine is low-key like empty most days, which is kind of beautiful.
well, it's empty though because you don't put stuff in it, right? Like I know you're still doing work.
Yeah, a lot of it is just like I won't put down like, oh, I focus time or like, oh, blah blah blah. I mostly just do it to make sure all my meetings are in one place. So if I have any outstanding meetings, I go to those. But if I'm not in a meeting, then I'm actually doing my work. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm. I I pretty much put nearly everything in my calendar because I realize I'm not exactly forgetful, but it's so easy to get caught in routine. So I kind of like kind of just like on my breaks looking through like this week and last week to just
Mhm.
compare, oh, how much time have I been devoting to X on a daily and how much have I kind of wasted? What's commute look like?
Mhm.
Um, it's been very fun. I think I'm like an analytics demon. I have my Apple Watch. I'm trying not to like scam myself for sleep every night, but it's low key like quite difficult. I love knowing my number.
That's really funny. Oh my goodness. Do you know, did I tell you about the Good Hearts Law or something like that? Good Hearts Law? Good Hearts Principle? I don't know. But it's something like even when we do things that are good for us, if we try to over-index based on those like quantitative metrics, we lose the purpose of doing the activity altogether. So it's like saying if I read recreationally, that's great. But the moment I try to count all my pages and I'm very, very anal about that, then I've lost the purpose of why I chose to start reading again in the first place. Speaking of which, are you reading at all this summer? Because I started and then I stopped because I have commitment issues, one and two. I also have been finding I'm not very good at doling out free time for like recreational activities that still require like a fragment of mental capacity. And I'm mostly doing my reading when I'm at the airport, which is funny.
I am reading somewhat. Like I have 3 books and I only finished one, so that's kind of bad. It's 1 month in.
But you're
Um,
reading, it's beautiful.
but I've been slacking. I've not been diligent on this because wait, I've with my friends in the back, my free time is becoming kind of social time because I want to see them. Love Island is over, so I am safe at the moment.
Oh my
But
God. I was locked on Love Island. That I will say. I was low-key locked on Love Island. Also, who just won? Because England was playing, I think, Argentina. Do you know?
let me just look this up for us.
I need to know. I must know.
I know this is gonna be crazy. I hope England. Uh, England won! Wait,
Wait,
what?
Argentina's out.
Wait,
What
no,
happened?
England leads Argentina 1-0. Is the game over?
No, they're probably going into overtime.
Uh, okay,
What-
no. England's still up. But it seems like Argentina might have good possession.
Okay, well,
Someone's tweeting that was nearly the equalizer.
that's insane. Okay, well, I am just devastated from France's loss, so I have no more horses in this race.
I completely
Best team win.
agree.
May the best team win. It's okay.
Belgium lost,
Yeah.
devastated. But I said
Wait,
it was understandable.
who did Belgium lose to? Argentina?
Spain.
Spain. Ugh.
Spain was really good. They really deserved it. I'm not gonna lie. But I was upset because I love Belgium.
I know, me too.
Um, but then I went towards France, which is funny because most Belgians don't support really France because there's just too much. It's like people don't love their siblings like that, you know? I think that the Francophone community doesn't love France like that. Well, Canadians do, but that's different. Um, but we were like, okay, like we'll sit for France. And then France is out. So now we got to jump to England.
Wow, the next closest country geographically.
Yeah,
Like, I think
we're
I'm on
jumping
that
around.
Argentina train. Like they took out Cape Verde and I was upset. They took out Egypt and I was upset. And they took out very recently France. And that made no, did they take out France?
No, that was Spain.
Yeah. But they took out another team that I liked and I was upset. So you know what? May the best team win.
That's true. Will you be watching the finals?
Yes, I'm actually going to my friends to watch the finals. I'll be
Oh,
back in New Jersey by then. First time in New Jersey. Actually, I landed in EWR, Newark, so that technically was my New Jersey time, but I didn't spend too much time there and I didn't spend any time at home. So this will be my first time going back home for like half a year. Over half a year. Wow. That's insane.
wow. Oh my gosh. But have you seen your family since then? Like did they come down to visit you in DC?
Oh, they did. Did I give you these updates? How long has it been since we last spoke? Holy crap.
Like 2 weeks?
Yeah, we've lapsed for sure. But they did come visit me for the fourth, and that was quite lovely. I saw my little sister for the first time in also half a year, so that was like really nice and sweet and wholesome. Wait, because yeah, we were back in school by like January 5th. So truly it has been over half a year, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so basically so I saw my family then, and then my dad also came to pick me up from the airport, and he sent me over to the PATH station, and then I took the PATH into New York City, and now I'm in New York City. So that's what's been happening. That's what's been, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm so excited for you. This is so fun.
Cute. I'm a little bit like, sometimes I'm like, Carolyn, like, what are you doing? But
Wait, you're
I'm
doing everything. Carolyn is taking over the world. I think we need a children's book about you because you'd be like the iconic like girl with like like Supergirl pose where it's like hands on the hips. Like you could pull that off.
wait, did you know that the Superman pose is actually statistically proven to make people feel more confident? So if you're ever feeling like I have no clue what I'm doing, like what is this world? Just like hit the Superman pose, and apparently it helps because you straighten your back, you like thrust your chin up, you open your shoulders and your chest, and apparently it's good for you.
I know you're hitting that in the bathroom. Have you been testing this theory out?
Me right after I hit like a victorious like bowel movement, bro, because I've been bowels have out of order. Like truly, they have been wacko.
Did you get that parasite that's in lettuce and fruits?
Cyclospora
Something like that.
on it because I'm not pooping enough, bro.
Oh, maybe. Wait, Loki, it's probably just moving to a new area. Your
Yeah.
system's in shock.
No, truly, because I told you that after I moved to DC, like my bowels just did not work for a really long time. I told you that, right?
I'm, I don't think you did.
Okay, well, after I got to DC, I didn't. Okay, so I got to DC Monday, had my last bowel movement Wednesday, did not poop until Saturday. Isn't that crazy?
Carolyn, do you really want this on the potty?
Oh, now that I know that other people might be listening to it, maybe not, but this will be good for me to understand and to reminisce on like 10 years down the line when I have, I don't know, like have secured a way to always excrete with ease. I'll be like, wow, what an interesting world. Like this was the necessity. Like necessity is the mother of invention. Maybe I'll create the like 5-in-1 prune lax, Miralax fiber concoction that I can just take anytime.
Okay, innovator.
Yes, yeah, will happen.
Like
Um,
Loki, I'm kind of scared about this potty because I have a feeling like I don't know if you're following any startups, but there's all of these like AI sourcing slash profile generating startups that essentially use AI to really analyze your entire digital footprint.
oh dear.
And
Wait,
someone, oh, wait, feel free to speak if you
wait, but
interrupt.
we've never told our full government names, so I feel like it's okay.
Wait, we 100% have. I'm sorry, girl. We 100% have.
Whoops. Whoops.
Like we haven't spoken it out, but it's I think in the our stock cartoon photo, it's literally like
Oh yeah, you're kind of right.
low activation energy.
Oh no. Anyway, you were saying.
Oh, um, oh, so I set up a meeting with a coworker that I hadn't met yet, simply to be like an intro. And he pulls up an article that I wrote for the Stanford Economics Review about philanthropy. And he was like, "Did you write this? This is so great." And I'm like, "Where did you find this?" Like he 100% had to use AI because there's no way you could find it in any other manner. I'm sorry. Um, so I feel like the people are on to me.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary.
It is.
Ah.
Wait, because one day AI is going to be able to like not only identify our potty, but then figure out the transcripts and then analyze it, you know?
Oh my God. Well, I
Scary
feel like
world.
underground still.
Well, don't worry, girl. We're underground.
Yeah, oh yeah. Except for the random people on my youth council who for some reason know about this podcast.
So,
And
did
it's
they know it before you even talked to them about it?
um wait, yeah, they like brought it up to me. They knew about my Substack. They knew about my YouTube channel. Like, I didn't know I had fans like that, Elizabeth, and I don't know if I want fans like that.
Wow. Well, I think they admire you, which is a plus.
Yeah, because Loki, we're unk. Like, we've experienced the world as well. I mean, like, relative to high schoolers, yeah, but
Oh
I'm
yeah,
starting
for sure.
so interesting. So I feel like a baby 24/7. And then I realize, like, there are actually people who think that we're really old, and I'm like, this is jarring.
Totally. I'm actually excited for this, but I'm chatting with my friend from college's younger sister like tomorrow, and I don't know what I'm gonna tell her.
Well, what is she gonna ask?
Loki, she does not want to meet with me. Her older brother, well, he's my age, so her older brother, um, was like, I want you to speak to her about these things. Like he's initiating all of this.
Oh my God.
So we'll review what he wants me to talk about. But I just feel like a megaphone for or a speaker for his intention. So we'll see.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Well, I'm glad that you are sharing your wisdom because you have much of it. So that'll be good for them to see.
Evidently, we both do in our long, long, long 19 years of life.
Obviously, 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 obviously. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of scared. I'm scared. I feel like I don't know enough about the world yet. Like so much has happened to us at the same time. Wait, and that's why I don't trust people who are like, oh, I want to do a startup, and they're like, the AI startup school from YC, I think it's fake. Because how are you expecting a person who hasn't even touched college yet to understand how they want to create positive value for the world?
I don't understand it necessarily. but
Yeah.
there's like
Great.
an ageism issue. Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up about the AI event I went to. I
Okay.
wasn't bringing it up just to say I brought it up. Low key, in these spaces, I feel like ageism is a prevalent issue, and I fully buy into it
Oh,
because
say that.
going into these events, the trepidation I have before kind of interrupting a conversation is like dramatically higher if I'm going to interrupt like 350-year-olds talking. Because no matter what I say to myself, despite my background, I just feel as if their conversation is just going to be like leagues ahead, more technical than anything I could bring up, and I should just like avoid them to begin with. You know?
Yeah,
With people my age, I think it's safer because you can be more casual in speech and there's no harm.
that's true. Yeah.
That's my word. That's my note for that.
Like,
But
sorry, what'd you say? Did
I
I
don't
miss something?
know. I forgot what I initially like. So I brought up ageism for the AI event, but what was the initial topic we were talking about?
Wait, oh, the fact that we feel young and old at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everyone's living life for the first time. And so we have experience, but that
We
doesn't
haven't.
mean we know everything.
I actually feel like I know very little about the world. Like, I know a little bit about a lot of different things, but nothing in depth, truly.
Oh, I feel the exact same. But that's appropriate because we've just made it through general K-12 schooling. We've not specialized, and we have the rest of our lives to do so.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
true.
God. Wait,
What's
next week, can we talk about not gonna make it and GMI and then like permanent underclass? It's been freaking me out.
what is permanent underclass and GMI? Am I
Oh
dumb?
my God. Carolyn, you're not tapped into the tech scene.
I'm not.
Um, and GMI is based off of like a specific essay that like Leopold Aschenbrenner, like that investor, but also like AI genius, created. But it essentially says that when AI reaches some threshold, like think like agentic level, forecasted for it those capacities to actualize in 2027.
Oh
And
my
by
goodness.
2027, if you're rich and you've like invested in this AI, you're just going to perpetually be a part of the wealthy class. But if you are not in those systems already by 2027, social mobility like won't will like will be like the opportunity for social mobility will decrease even more so than where it currently is, and you'll be in the permanent underclass. So everyone's just trying to make hella money before this happens.
But that's honestly how the Great Depression happened, though. No, everyone like was in a tizzy to use credit, and then the credit market just like exploded. But send me the article. We'll dig into that next week for sure.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I think we can wrap it up this time. We've had a an interesting discussion for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just good because we haven't caught up in a while. So I'm glad we got to set aside the time and just like bang this out, so to speak. But it's been very enjoyable, as it always is.
I know. It's been amazing. Love you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, we'll be in touch tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Armageddon is upon.
Yeah. Wow.
Whew.
Hey, maybe we'll be like super happy next episode because it's over.
There's just so much trauma. I feel like our expectations have just gone down and down and down and down, and now we're just waiting for a resolution. This is how they negotiate, okay? They like just like break a person down until they're like dust, and then they expect them to be like, I'm okay with anything. Like this is how war reparations usually happen, but that's okay. We'll get to it and it'll be resolved at the very least. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elizabeth and Carolyn, war reparations.
War reparations. All right.
Bye.
Bye.